Yeah, Bill, the flooding that we're seeing right now, the swollen creeks, the roads that are closed, the wet basements, the small lakes in folks' backyard, those are all a result of the heavy rain we picked up today. All that water is eventually going to migrate into the bigger rivers, and we're going to see those rivers swell, but it's not going to happen and crest until this weekend. Early this weekend for some, but for the Grand River, not likely until Sunday or Monday. So I wanted to walk through a couple of spots here. First, downtown Grand Rapids, the record high here. We're expecting major flooding, and I have to tell you, this is uncharted territory. We've never had a flood in the modern era where we have flood walls to protect downtown with this much water flowing through the river. So it's a little bit of a tough call here on what kind of flooding impacts we're going to have. Folks need to be on guard here for downtown Grand Rapids because this is definitely a wild card. Let's go to Comstock Park where the results are more certain, unfortunately. This is going to be an all-time record flood. This will be a once-in-a-lifetime event, if not once-in-a-century event here north of Grand Rapids, outside of the protection of the flood wall barriers. The all-time record flood set back in 1948 here, and you can see we're going to exceed that by almost a foot. Cresting here is coming up late Sunday into Monday and probably lasting into Tuesday. Now into Ottawa County. This is the Robinson Township River gauge here. We're expecting a crest to exceed the 2005 all-time flood. That comes up Sunday night into Monday, perhaps lasting into Tuesday. Now these are the major impacts. Let's take a look at some floods that will be significant but probably not record-setting. Here along the Muskegon River near the Croton Dam. The record floods back in 1947. We're going to see a crest here Friday night into Saturday, well below that and thankfully below the major flooding threshold. Now to the Thornapple River here near the Caledonia station. Record flood also 1947. It's going to be very close to major flooding territory but below the record flood. Notice this one crests a little earlier than the Grand too. Peak water flow here Saturday afternoon. And finally, I want to show you the Rogue River here in Rockford right before it spills into the Grand. All-time record 1986. We are expecting to exceed the all-time record here for the Rogue in Rockford. Now, if you want to see the forecasts in detail, also the impacts, we've linked to the National Weather Service's website who produces these forecasts, and they also have a list of impacts, what happens at what levels. You can find that right now on the homepage at woodtv.com.
Thank you, Kyle.